In a quiet town, there existed a shopkeeper named Frank, who had a reputation for being charming, but behind his friendly facade lay a world of deceit and trickery. Every day, Frank would lure in unsuspecting customers with his friendly demeanor, but he was secretly overcharging for expired products and pocketing their money. One afternoon, a young couple entered his store unknowingly, about to fall prey to Frank's deceptive practices as they picked up a few items that looked good but were nearing their expiration date. As they began to compare prices and inspect the labels, they realized that Frank had been lying about the freshness of his goods, and their disbelief quickly turned to outrage. When the couple confronted Frank about the expired items, a tense standoff occurred, drawing the attention of other customers who began to murmur among themselves. As more people joined in sharing their own stories of being overcharged and misled, Frank's charming act began to crumble under the weight of mounting accusations. In a desperate attempt to salvage his reputation, Frank raised his hands in a feeble defense, but the crowd was no longer buying his charm. Finally, one brave customer stepped forward demanding a refund and rallying the others, pushing Frank closer to the edge of his downfall. Panicking, Frank reached for his phone, contemplating whether to call for reinforcements, but the united front of customers showed no signs of backing down. With rising tempers and voices, a brave customer urged everyone to stand together against Frank's deceitful ways, rallying the group to take action. As the atmosphere turned hostile, Frank, realizing he was cornered, made a frantic attempt to escape through the back door. But the determined crowd quickly intercepted him. With nowhere left to turn, Frank found himself trapped against the wall, his facade shattered as the furious customers demanded accountability, even threatening to call the authorities. In that moment of collective strength, the crowd advanced, and Frank, defeated, realized that his time of deception was finally over. With the police now involved, Frank faced the consequences of his actions, recounting his deceit to the officer as the customers stood by, eager for accountability.